Okay, so now we've hit the only tricky part in ballasting, which is track switches, so let's talk about it. Now, to clear things up, some people call these track switches, some people call them turnouts. They're the exact same thing. They pretty much deserve their own video dedicated to themselves, but the main thing is you don't want to bind up the moving mechanism here with either your ballast or your glue mixture. Neither of those is a good situation to be in, so take extra precautions when you are working around them. In my case, I'm going to ballast up to about here, right before the throw bar, and same with this. And then I'm very, very carefully going to ballast and glue in there. And do note that no matter how hard you try, there are some times where things will get a little bit gummed up. So definitely ballasting this area is done at your own risk. But if you take a couple of precautions and you just take your time and you're careful with it, it should be fine. So I wouldn't freak out a ton about it. Like I said before, be very, very mindful about where the ballast is in relation to the moving and also non-moving components on here, as anything that's left behind can really exacerbate any potential problems. So when working around the points, definitely move them, as you'll probably figure out very quickly that there are little bits that have worked their way into areas that you don't want and are going to cause you all kinds of problems with them not fully closing. Now that looks pretty good to me. It's just a cheapy snap switch, so it's only going to be so good. Then the same ballasting rules apply, only in this case we're going to be very careful where we apply the glue, because obviously we don't want to be directly applying it to areas with moving components. So in my case, I'm just going to very carefully dribble the glue down the middle. I'm going to let it soak in by itself, being extremely careful around the moving components. So as you saw, it's really not that difficult to do ballasting around a track turnout or switch. Just take your time, be patient, don't rush it, and just be careful where you apply the glue. If in doubt, put down a little bit, then wait, let it dry, check if it needs more, come along and reapply it, but don't drench everything. Another helpful tip that I have heard but not used is applying a little bit of oil to the moving components. Not very much, just enough to form a film, so that way it will help stop the glue from sticking. Now, does it work? I really don't know, but something you might want to look into. See you guys here next time. I'll make it with Calvin, working on model trains.